78.6. Konnichiwa. Ohayo gozaimasu. Happy Saturday. It is a festival downstairs, so forgive me for the delayed entry. I had to run and get through the crowd, but it's a beautiful crowd going on downstairs here in Yomitan at FM Yomitan, 78.6 FM. Good morning. I missed you guys, man. And again, you got to hear Mariah Carey for a couple of more minutes before I got back on the air. And it's wonderful to be here. My teammate came running to save me to get me back on the air this morning. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Appreciate it. Hey guys, if you didn't know, today is Saturday here in Okinawa, Japan. Had a wonderful opportunity to explore Ishigaki, Okinawa last weekend. And Ishigaki, I'll tell you, that was an amazing experience. Beautiful experience. I'll tell you, I've lived here in Yomitan. I've been blessed to be on this side of Okinawa, which is right here by some of my favorite places like Zampa and Gala and of course, the Zampa Lighthouse, right? So here in Yomitan is home from the Yomitan village. And getting to Ishigaki to see the way it's set up and the greens and the blues. And you guys, if you're familiar with any of my classes, when I say the greens and the blues, I mean the nature, right? The beautiful nature, the leaves, the trees, and the grass, the layouts. And then the blues is the different blues that you see in the water, the ocean, the waves. It's crazy when you have certain views here, because if you're high enough, you can look into the ocean and you can see 3 different, maybe sometimes 4 different colors of blue. It is just some of the most stunning views that I've ever experienced in my life, and Ishigaki was no different. Had a chance to really travel around there, found a lighthouse. If you guys know me, you know I'm a lighthouse guy, right? It's part of my little nickname in the middle, Winsome Lighthouse Cully. So I had an opportunity to explore the lighthouse there in Ishigaki, and so that's 3 for me. I got Yomitan's lighthouse, right? That's the Zampa lighthouse. Miyako, got to experience that lighthouse adventure. And now Ishigaki. So I got 3 out of the way, 3 down. I think we got like 9 to go, right? But a wonderful experience. And I would recommend it to anyone that has not been there yet, has not experienced Ishigaki Island. All right, let's talk about home. I'm back. We are back in Yomatan. I'm back. You had a short week this week for work. So we worked Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week. It was really a great week. A lot of wonderful teaching opportunities. Got to be here. It's kind of cool. It's coaching at my home court this week. So I was here at Torrey Station, which is the Army base right down the street from where I'm doing this show right now. And I got to teach about, I want to say there are maybe 20 civilians this week from the Army base, including one of our friends, Dr. Knox. Wonderful audience, wonderful engagement, wonderful conversations. That was Resiliency 2.0. Dr. Knox wants us to bring back emotional intelligence for the next class. We originally had something that was planned, but I kind of dabbled in emotional intelligence a little bit, and it kind of got everybody kind of buzzing. So they want us to come back, and we teach here now every Thursday. So every Thursday we are teaching our Army teammates from Kadena Air Base. So which is a wonderful opportunity for us to branch out, connect with our sister services, military and civilian, and it's just a great time. On base this week, at my day job, we had the Airman Professional Enhancement Seminar, which for us, we call it a nickname Airman Pez. In that class, we have 45 young students to include active duty Air Force and JASDEF, the Japan forces. It was wonderful to have the engagement. I'll pop a video out there on my Facebook page, story and post, so you guys can see it yourself. But it was amazing energy, wonderful engagement, a lot of fun. For me, just to see everyone collaborating, networking, and teaming up in there all week, 3 days. Great job, and shout out to my teammate and brother, Master Sergeant Joseph Gross. This is his baby. I'm gonna tell you, the Pez's, every time we do them, I see him getting in the lab, right? It's kind of like me when I'm preparing for a show or a speech or something. He gets in the lab, and trying to jump in front of that is like jumping in front of a moving train, a moving bus. I always joke about it. Tell me where I can help. This is your show. This is your movie. I could be in the back holding the boom mic. You tell me how I can help, because it always comes out spectacular. And this was no different. What we had was 45 amazing students. I taught emotional intelligence for the team this weekend, right before going and teaching another virtual session with my teammates from 2RL, Two Roads Leadership. Lauren, shout out to you for the invite. I got to spend time with 2RL in their coaching session or coaching cohort this week. Got some of my friends and family that are actually graduating this course. Shout out to Gary and Shanice Ship. I love you guys. It was wonderful to see you in class. Alex Rios, it was wonderful to see you in there, man. And seeing these guys are about to graduate tonight. When I finish this radio show, they'll be about to go through their graduation process. And for me, that is a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling to be a part of someone else's story, or to introduce something that allows them to grow, develop, and become better, right? A new trade, a new skill, and being a part of that story, man, is just beautiful to see it. I'm so proud of them, and I'm so excited to see what they do next. 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome. Again, the show started a little late. You guys got a Mariah Carey song this morning instead of my bald head and happy face. I was coming through the festival going on downstairs. It's a wonderful looking event. I haven't got a chance to experience it yet, but I had to get a parking pass in order to come through, come through the gate today. It's like a little unique. So I come through the gate and I'm like, yo, to get to the door, I had to go through a big group of people. Like, I'll tell you, it was a little hall. So I got my cardio in. I got my cardio in this morning. I came in, Mariah was playing, and now I'm here. So excited to be here. And you all know I'd rather be nowhere else than in the booth talking to you right now. 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome. I'm so excited to express my gratitude to you and to share what's been going on with us. Now, back to it. I got to say thank you. 100% every time. First segment is supposed to be the gratitude segment. So for the gratitude segment, I'm going to say thank you to the normal players, the folks who always step up and show out. Trainerswarehouse.com. Hey, I'll show you pictures on my Facebook. When I went down to the Army, I had the big bag of thumb balls today. Trainerswarehouse.com. We're throwing those bad boys around. A lot of people love that. I mean, everyone is always the let's go moment, right? When you got people throwing those around, answering the questions, I make them say their names, right? First name, because I want you to greet each other by name while you're in my classroom. So they greet each other by name, bam, and then they answer the question. I didn't bring them with me today, but I'm going to tell you, trainerswarehouse.com, you guys also have a lot of other wonderful products that I can't wait to test and some of these amazing adventures we got coming up this year. So thank you, Trainers Warehouse. Free period press. Laura heard me. Thank you, Laura. I really appreciate you. So as you guys know, some of the adventures we have, some of the courses, seminars that we're going to be delivering all over the world in the next couple of months. Free Period Press also is a huge supporter family for us. If you haven't seen the big self-care journals that I hand out during class for the folks who participate and really give us those, what is the word I'm looking for? The genuine responses. When I feel it and it touches me, they get one of those, right? So Laura and the team are sending us some so they can go with us. I really love your guys' team. If you guys haven't seen me, I always buy a bunch of these books when I go back to the U.S., but they don't ship. You know, you can get those on Target.com, but they don't ship to our location. So the team is helping me get a couple for some of the future trips that we have planned for Positive Vibes Radio Show. And, of course, the products and the courses that we teach. So excited about that. Two Roads Leadership, I've already mentioned how grateful I am for you. I mentioned Lauren, her teamwork, and trusting me to be a part of her lesson yesterday was very amazing and touching for me. I really appreciate the trust and the opportunity to see my folks that are growing, my team that are from here in Okinawa, growing, thriving, and learning a new trade. That is amazing, new skill. And we call it the gift of coaching, right? So they can come back after they graduate and give that gift to others. So excited to see that happen, to see that become a reality for those folks. And I can't wait to see what they do next, as I mentioned before. I gave a shout out to those three, but I also want to mention anyone who has been a part of our masterclass series. If you have been a part of the masterclass series, I just want to say thank you. Really appreciate your time, your energy. This has been an amazing launch. We started off, of course, with Mark Tilsher. And thank you for kicking us off. Before that, though, before Mark kicked us off and we got going, there was also a J.W. Womack, Jason Womack. Let me tell you, Jason, it was a test. I just kind of want to see what kind of attention this would get if we put an opportunity out there for someone out in the universe who's doing great things to come and provide a virtual session, knowledge, wisdom, encouragement to our team. And I'll tell you, people have not stopped talking about it. Right? From the moment JW was on the screen to the moment that we came off, it was really one of those, wow, people really love what we're bringing right now. And it's not us, it's the people who are giving their time, their energy, and their love for what we're doing here in Okinawa. So for those folks, I just want to say thank you. And I never want to forget Mr. Atlas Altman, who is also one of our speakers so far. Atlas, great episode, man, segment, great timing, and we'll be right back after this message. 78.6 FM, positive vibes will win some. Hey, my voice might sound a little bit different today because I was teaching almost every day this week, sometimes 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 classes a day. I would never complain about that. I would rather be nowhere else than in front of those folks. And, when we're up in front of the audience or in front of the class or in front of the students, we give everything we have, everything. And I'll tell you, when I was looking at the schedule for this week and my teammate, and I was telling him what I had going on, and I'm seeing the work that he put into the seminar that we delivered in the section this past week, and all of the collaboration that went into it. And I'm going to say to all of our folks who are facilitators, Joe did something magnificent this round. Is some of our favorite airmen, right? And we got to say, they're all our favorites, but I'll tell you, some of the ones that stand out, show up, always show up, keep showing up, and are involved and really care are the ones that really showed up for this professional enhancement seminar that we did this week. Now, just so you know, professional enhancement seminar, it's all volunteer. We don't make anybody go to these things. So to have 45 young airmen, including our Japanese teammates, show up for this is magical. So kudos again to Joe and the facilitators who actually did this week. And I'm really blessed to have had that small piece on Friday just to be able to speak life into them and the emotional intelligence and get everybody connected. Again, I'll drop that video on Facebook when I get finished with today's segment. But I just want to say it's been a beautiful week, man. And we talked about a couple of things that were very important to me and near and dear to my heart in a lot of these classes. Of course, on the Army base, we're talking about Resilience 2.0. And if you're not tracking, that's, of course, our Happiness Studies Academy collaboration with Dr. Tal Ben Shahar and the team. Yuval, thank you so much. You guys have been amazing and blessing to arm me up, to have me out here and capable of delivering that message and the concepts in a way that have been nothing but a blessing to so many people. So to your team, man, I'll never stop saying thank you and giving kudos to the Happiness Studies Academy and to Dr. Tal Ben Shahar and the concepts from your book, Happier No Matter What. And I'll tell you, going through the course myself with the Happiness Studies Academy and seeing how much love is poured into all of us from the team is really overwhelmingly beautiful. To see that in action, it kind of, when you ask what motivates me, those are the type of things that motivate me. To see that going on in a company that is based on love, that is based on care, that is based on growth, that its foundation isn't about money, its foundation isn't about greed. Its foundation is how do we develop and grow the minds and hearts of individuals around us in this world. So if I can see that in action and I know that's in my heart, what do you think that I'm trying to do here? Exactly that. You see, when I see somebody else pouring love, it inspires me to want to pour more love. So when I'm in front of the class and I see the video of Dr. Tal talking to our group, just saying how much he appreciates those folks taking the time out to be there to learn these concepts, that fires me up every time. It's new energy. It's like my first time teaching it. It feels great. And then to see the folks when those aha moments kick in. And let me tell you, we do this thing called ADP, right? And during the ADP, it's really a cool process because it's forcing people to think about these things, really internalize the questions that it's asking. It's ascribe, describe, and prescribe your own wellness plan. Now, come on, man. You walking into a course where you're thinking you're just going to have someone speaking to you, some activities, a couple of videos. That's what every course does, right? However, when you're required to come up with a plan for yourself, not just any kind of plan like a goal book. No, with an actual, when you're supposed to dig deep and be very, what is the word I'm looking for? Dig deep into your heart and really look at this and be very clear about what you want for yourself. There's a word, I'm gonna get to it in a second. It's not transparent, it's a different word. But it's being very open to it, man. And to see people all throughout the room, even those toughies. And I'm gonna tell you, as a facilitator, as an instructor, and as a teacher, there are gonna be those people in the room who don't wanna be there. It's a reality. I know they don't want to be there. I can tell from the energy when they enter the room. It's not a cheat code. It's obvious. And I'm not judging. I see it all the time. I know some people just don't want to be there. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I want to go home. Or it's 7:30 in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning. I want to go home. So I get it, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to still bring everything I have, because guess what? I want to go home too. But I also want to pour everything I have left into you before I get home. So when I get there and I lay on my pillow, I know that I left everything I had on that stage or in that class and in your mind. So when I had some toughies, right? And I'll share that. Had some toughies. I'll sit there, and if you can see me, they sit there with their arms folded back, sometimes sitting in the background, smug, like, here we go with this, right? And when I get going, I involve them in the lesson. I make it a point to involve them. So it may be the first or second person I call on, right? And I had one that was just stubborn a few weeks ago, I promise you. When I threw the Trainer's Warehouse, the thumb ball around, right? And people are catching the answer, and there's smiles all over the room. There's this guy right in the front. He was in a really bad mood. The gentleman was in a bad mood. So I was like, okay, hey, sir, you're next. And he was like, I'm not doing that. I was like, oh, okay. But look, I didn't shift. I caught it. I knew. And I was like, oh, okay, hey, that's fine. Let's go. We'll come back to you. No response, right? I go around the room. And it finally is to a point where people get to choose who they throw it to. So now his teammate is throwing it to him. Say, hey, Sam, or whatever his name was, coming to you. And he looks, and in a grumpy way, if you had one day to live, what would you do? Right? And I'm laughing inside because I'm like, everyone around you is feeling joy and feeling the vibe right now. It's kind of forcing you to feel this vibe right now. And over a certain amount of time, these people get into it. And I always pay attention. So now when we're in the ADP, right, the ascribe, describe, and prescribe, they're active. And I always say this, it doesn't matter how young or how old you are, you can learn something today. If you open yourself up to the experience, you can walk out of here with a plan for yourself. And no matter what comes your way, you know how to find a smile and the joy in it. The positivity. And we're not talking about toxic positivity. I would never go down that road and tell someone to be happy even when there's some really bad things going on. No, it's trying to find the silver lining, trying to find the light in the dark, trying to find the energy when you have none, trying to find that focus when you need it. It's all of these things that go into your spiritual, physical, intellectual, relational, and emotional well-being that we're teaching. So when I'm able to put that out there and see those aha moments, and I saw him engaging with someone and his energy picked up. This got to be like 4 o'clock when his energy was up there. And I'm going to tell you, as an instructor, as a facilitator, as someone who stands in front of people all the time, to see that happen warms your heart. And I don't care how long you've been doing it, it warms your heart. I'll be very open with you about that and transparent. 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome. I'm so excited about what we do. I'm so excited about the opportunities to continue to grow, teach, develop. And, for our team, it's educate, encourage, and inspire. And I'll tell you, there's nothing like that feeling of walking in a room full of people not knowing what to expect. And when they leave, they're giving you hugs and telling you how much they appreciated the lesson, and it was a game changer for some, and you never know what you're going to get. Some of that feedback lasts with you for a long time. And I'll tell you what they don't realize is I needed them in those moments as much as they needed me. So the way that I involve individuals in these lessons and seminars and instructions is not magic. There's no tricks to it. I'm very genuine. I'm very candid. I'm very open, and I don't hold back. Because I don't want them to think that I'm being a fraud on stage or that I can't be myself. Because if I'm not being myself when I'm delivering it, are you being yourself when you're responding or engaging? I don't want it to be uncomfortable. I want it to be genuine every time. 78.6 FM, Yoma Time, positive vibes with Winsome. We just been talking about what's been going on this past week. I'm already into coming up on the third segment soon, right? It's been an amazing week. It was a short week coming back from Ishigaki, but it was an amazing week. First thing I did, if you don't know me, for my first dinner back, is I went to Atabi's here in Yobaton, and I love going to Atabi's. Everyone there is so wonderful. The smiles, they greet you with hugs. Man, I just love going there. One day I'm going to get a picture with everybody in the kitchen. It's coming. I ain't told them yet, but it's coming. So friendly. It's family vibe. And I'm going to go right after this show today on my way to the Lighthouse and get another burger or some jalapeno poppers, something that just keeps my day going, man. And I appreciate that team and the energy that they bring every time. And then I'm going to go from Atabi's to my favorite place, the Zampa Lighthouse. And if you're listening to me and you haven't been to the Zampa Lighthouse, go experience it again like it's the first time. I believe there's a lot of people out there right now whale watching. I've seen more tourists in the last couple of days than I've seen in the last year. This is that time to go down there and not necessarily just climb up the lighthouse, but you can walk around the area and just take it all in. It's not too sunny today, so it's a really good day to see the water and its colors. So if you want to see me, Winsome, Positive Vibes Radio Show, 78.6 FM. After this, I'm telling you where I'm going to be. I'm being Zampa today, Gala, and then Zampa Lighthouse. Then I'm going to head home because, as some of you know, if you're listening, I got to finish up my book, man. It's been one of those hidden secrets I've been keeping, but no, we're at the end of the game, so I'm in edits right now, right? And want to shout out to my teammate, Mike. He's been on me in a sweet and kind way, man, but I got to get some stuff back to him. So, yeah, coming your way soon. I ain't going to give it the title and all that good stuff yet, but yeah, that is the passion project right now. So go eat me some good food, go get inspired, and go start writing or finish writing, if you will. That's the move right now. 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome. Sorry my voice isn't what it used to be or normally is because I've been teaching myself off this week. Been really in those classrooms. But we'll be right back after this break. .6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome. I've told you, there's nowhere else I would rather be right now than here with you, even though my voice sounds like it's healing on the radio. It's one of those unique Saturdays, man, that I'm still here, still standing, but I've been teaching all week. So it's been back-to-back opportunities to educate, encourage, and inspire. But I would rather be nowhere else than here with you. So I'm going to give you all of the voice I have left. I will rest my voice tonight and tomorrow because guess what? This is your time, right? And you know, when I'm in the booth, I stop time for you. So let's talk about what else has been happening, man. This is one of those segments I just kind of help you get caught up, right? So I talked about the book, my brother Mike. I talked about Atlas Altman. Hey, let me tell you something. Atlas, man. Atlas came on and he broke down some of his favorite books. He broke down some of his favorite concepts to a room full of students and online listeners in another classroom as well. Just explaining to us why these concepts are so important to him in his journey and his experiences with leadership and teams. And Atlas Altman, hey, man, I want to give you a shout out from everybody here on Team Kadena for taking the time. Of course, all of my speakers, I'm sending you guys something to say thank you. But before I do all that, man, to you, Mark Tilsher, and J.W. Womack, just want to tell you guys, thank you for helping us launch this. This masterclass series has been amazing, very inspiring for me to listen in and to see you guys in action. Even as an educator, I'm learning something from each and every one of you every single time. So I appreciate you for your time, your energy, your care, and the fact that when you guys did it, I never had to ask twice. That's love. I'm going to tell you, when people ask something of me, if I can, I will. That's just in my heart. And for the folks who have stepped up for this masterclass, we got Keith Abraham, Jeannie Greaves. I mean, we have so many amazing people that are about to jump on and do these masterclasses with us. And I can't wait to mention them later on as we keep going. I think Keith's in April. We have JW coming back in April. Women's History Month, we have a series of speakers, including Miss Emily McGlone. I'm just trying to pin down a date with her because she's traveling on a peace boat doing wonderful things for the entire world. Man, I can't tell you how excited I am. And it's just, how do I, even in my position, in my seat, access to everyone's email, how do I express how excited I am to get other people excited about these opportunities? I'm still learning it. I'm still trying. And even tonight, one of my missions is to do a newsletter just to kind of figure out a way to kind of capture all this messages and magic in a way that I can deliver it to people in a digestible way, because I'm just overwhelmed with excitement, right? And I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, of course, because my voice is cracking from teaching, but I am overwhelmed with excitement about what we're doing right now. And if you guys haven't caught on, so yeah, the master classes, the certifications, and the training and the pushing these development opportunities, that's been my baby, right? The seminars, the PEZs, coaching, I collaborate. My brother does most of the PEZs. That's his baby, right? But when we find each other and we share those visions about what we're doing, and I usually just say, hey, man, this is what I'm doing, because it's a creative mind, right? And it lets me run. I love my leadership. I'm going to tell you why I love my leadership. Not just the leadership that told me to come back. That leadership, thank you so much for that opportunity to come back and do this. But the leadership that sees me running and is like, go. That is the kind of leadership that sees a creative mind. It feeds a creative mind and gives you the room for growth, for creativity. And without that, man, there's no way we would be doing the things that we're doing right now. And without you people that I mentioned, Mr. J.W. Womack, Mr. Mark Tilsher, Mr. Atlas Altman, and the other folks, Mr. Keith Abraham, that are coming on to do these master classes with us, without you, we couldn't speak life, love, and growth into these folks that are tuning in. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart and from my team here at the McDaniel Center for Professional Development, and on behalf of my show, Positive Vibes Radio Show. I couldn't do it without you. So I don't know how else to say thank you than to give you this time and show my love for you. So thank you. What else is happening? Let me tell you, got some amazing invites. I can share that now because everything's kind of locked in. I didn't want to say it last week until we had most of these things approved, but 3 out of 4 are locked in, so I'll share those 3. In April, we'll be going to Lakenheath, England. Let me tell you something. For the family and leaders out there that invited me and that are making this happen, thank you for the opportunity. I'm so blessed and grateful, and I can't wait to meet everybody. So Lakenheath, England is coming up in April. And then in June, let's go. Not even June, May, we'll be in San Antonio for the Inspire Conference. And at the Inspire Conference, 3 different career fields we'll be talking about Emotional Intelligence Habits. Let me tell you something. If you've never read the book, and I'm going to bring the book with me, of course, and let people check it out, and QR codes or whatever you call it, but Dr. Travis Bradberry poured some more love into emotional intelligence habits. And let me say, I'm really excited for Dr. Bradberry's trust. I'm only in half the book with this lesson. I go into the second half of the book that we're talking about, and it talks about leadership and at work. It's emotional intelligence at work, right? When we're bringing that stuff to the table. So to be able to go to San Antonio and share this with a bunch of leaders and future leaders and some of these concepts, and to have Dr. Bradberry's blessing to go out and do it, and the message he gives us even during the lesson, thank you for that, to explain why emotional intelligence is so important. Not just at work, but at home and in your daily life, and creating those emotionally intelligent habits in your life, man. He breaks it down, and if you're not attending, I'll send clips throughout. Of course, I always give clips back to Dr. Bradberry to make sure that he knows we're doing justice to his concepts and his lessons and his information and his book, the best-selling book, Emotional Intelligence Habits by Dr. Travis Bradberry. I'm going to tell you, I'm blessed, grateful, excited about those two. And then the very last trip that I have that's locked in, there's one more, but it's not locked in yet, right? But the very last trip we have locked in is from the Inspire Conference. The Department of the Air Force has what we call the Chaplain Corps. And the Chaplain Corps is all of our United States military DOD chaplains for the Air Force. And their chaplains' assistants and their teams are going to be in Florida. This is going to be in June. So going from Lakenheath, England to San Antonio, Texas, to, Florida. The last one I'm so excited about, I can't say it because I've been talking about this trip for over a year, but I got to wait till it's locked in. The discussions have just happened, and I can't wait to share it with you. This one is a bucket list destination, and I'm going to say why. It's a bucket list destination because a lot of my growth and a lot of the things that have defined me as a leader and as a man and as a senior non-commissioned officer in the United States Air Force happened at this location. It's a very special place to me. The reason I'm doing what I'm doing right now with you on this radio is because of this location. So if this happens, oh my goodness, and some of you who follow me and know what I'm talking about, have been in my seminars and seen me talk about this place, if that happens, oh my goodness. And I can't wait to share that on the air if it becomes a reality. Right now, it's the discussions. It looks really positive. I don't want to give my hopes up, but I do want to have a positive mindset about it and be positive and say it's going to happen, right? I can only control what's within my control, so I'm going to do my part to make this trip happen. And for the leaders who are engaged in this conversation right now, thank you. Thank you just for even the taking the time to consider my presence and my trip during the season that I will be coming there, which is, man, I'm really excited to have this opportunity if it pans out. So I'm not any less excited about any of these opportunities. Again, England, San Antonio, Florida, and then the surprise place, man. Those are on deck so far for this year. Audrey, I'm looking into Barksdale. I haven't followed up. I haven't sent you the PAX information yet. Ashley, Las Vegas, haven't followed up. Haven't sent you the PAX yet because I wanted to get these other locations finalized just so I know what's going on with my next couple of months before my team rolls out with these mandatory foundations courses that we have to have really locked in too. So I didn't want to add anything extra until we get those trips finalized and the foundations courses that we'll be teaching, which are mandatory courses, are idealized, visualized, locked in, created, planned out, and then I can start adding trips to the docket. But yes, for the folks who I'm already locked in to visit and to speak love and life into, thank you for the opportunities to educate, encourage, and inspire. Positive vibes is on the way, man, and I can't wait to come out there and speak to your people. What are you talking about when you go to these places, Winsome, you might ask me? It's the seminars, man, the ones that we offer in our catalog. and the ones that you'll see on my website, and that's positivevibesradioshow.com. That's what we talk about. I don't talk about anything extra, except for the stuff that I'm literally experienced, trained, and certified to speak on. I won't come out there with anybody else's information without their permission. Listen to me. I want to make sure that when I'm teaching something, I talk to the author. I talk to the creator if it's not mine. If it's something that I created, then I give even more love because I know it from start to finish, from its creation and its visualization. And if it's somebody else's product, I love it like it's my own. And that's why I reach out to the folks that I do to say, hey, this is what I have in mind, what I would love to do with your permission to do it. So 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes with Winsome. And we have some folks looking outside the window, looking in the window right now here at the radio show with the festival going on downstairs. And so I'm waving to them if you see me on the camera. But yeah, today is a very special day. Festival going on here in Yomitan. Downstairs, we got folks walking by back behind the stage and checking everything out. And I'm going to go walk through and check out the festival when I finish here. I'm going to walk downstairs and say hello to some folks here from the village. And, of course, we have a lot of tourists that are here visiting and checking everything out and waving, and it's really cute to see. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to be able to speak to this community and to have these opportunities to see how wonderful it is when everybody's getting together and everybody's here meeting each other and just sharing something in common, right? And the experience and being able to talk to each other and see something new, pottery or foods or just the communications, the conversations that are going on. In case you didn't know, I'm very big on connections. I'm very big on connections, very big on experiences, and very big on growth. And getting out and doing something new is very important. Get up, get out, and do something. Meet new people, try new things, experience new things. Without that, you're not growing. You're just sitting there, right? So what are you doing with your time? I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I share this with you, not to say this is what I'm doing, but to tell you there's so much living that you can still do and should be doing. 1,440 minutes in a day. What are you doing with yours? 1,440 minutes in a day. What are you doing with yours? Are you taking time to be mindful? Are you taking time to be present? Are you taking time to rest? Are you taking time to recover? Are you spending time with the ones you love? Are you spending time with your family, your friends, the people that matter to you? Are you doing things that are new, unique, fun, that make you smile? Are you finding time for the things that bring you joy? You see, we say that a lot, but a lot of people just do the same things because it's routine. But are you getting out of your routine and trying to find something that's fulfilling and new? Because those fulfilling and new experiences might be exactly what you need in your life to lighten your life up. 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome. And we'll be back right after this break. .6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome. Again, apologizing for the raspy voice this week. Been teaching every day, some 2 to 3 lessons a day, and it did a number on my voice this week, man. But I'm never gonna not be here when I can. This is your time and my time. Speak life into the family that actually tunes in or listen. So 78.6 FM, positive vibes of Winsome, FM Yomitan, festival going on downstairs. I'm so grateful for those of you that chose to tune in and listen to what we're talking about this morning. Had some folks walking by, waving from the outside. A lot of folks visiting Okinawa this week. I seen a lot of tourists, a lot of stickers, a lot of rental cars. Some folks in mainland think this is a good time of year to come down to Okinawa. There's whale watching going on. The weather is really beautiful. It was kind of cloudy today, but I'll tell you, last weekend, as you guys heard me saying, I was in Ishigaki, and when I got back, it was sunny here too. Just a beautiful time of year here in Okinawa. So if you haven't been, or if you haven't seen it, or you're here in Yomitan and you're just going from home to work, get out and enjoy these sunsets, man, these sunrises, and all the beauty that's out there right now. It's just an amazing time of year, beautiful season. Even the insects are waking back up, right? I saw a couple of those outside of my office the other day. I said, uh-oh, here they come. You guys know Okinawa. The bugs, they show up when they show up. So I love it here, man. I can't tell you how much I really love Yomitan and the nature here, the people, the audience that listens, the feedback we get when the show is up and the notes that you guys send in. It means the world to me. I know I need to slow down sometimes for my teammates that are learning to work on their English skills, and they listen to see how I phrase my sentences or say certain words. And when I get excited, I speak real fast, right? Because I'm excited about something. But I'm working on that this year. One of the things we also wanted to do was, have an opportunity to do the Japanese subtitles for those listening in. So I'm working on a way to deliver not just the YouTube that FM Yomitan provides, but also a way to tune in so you can see with the Japanese subtitles as well. Just a blessing to have this opportunity to speak life into teammates from a different country, family from a different place, because this is home now, and everyone is so beautiful, unique. The conversations are so wonderful. The food is amazing. And the scenes, the views, the things we get to see. And one of my friends is like, you've been there 4 years, 5 years, and what's your favorite part about Okinawa? And I say, hey, man, everything. Everything. This is definitely a place I would make my forever home. I think it was Panasonic Homes building some homes here in the area. I've never walked in one, but from the outside, they look really cool. I'm telling you, let me find out that I have an opportunity to get a home here. This will be home, forever home, guys. Going kayaking. One of my friends is teasing me because you guys know I have what they call thalassophobia. And what thalassophobia is a fear of big bodies of water. So where others go out and they're just enjoying it, take it all in, and love to go into the water and just explore, I'm always scared about what's looking back at me. You know what I mean? Like, it's exciting to be out there in the clear water, but when it's not clear, it's dark. What's looking at me down there? Saw a movie called The Kraken coming out in 2025, and all it showed was a big eye, which was 10 times as big as the kayak, staring at this thing. And I was like, oh, come on, guys. What are you doing right now? You already know new fear unlocked, right? But just to be out here zip lining and kayaking and getting a scuba certification and learning how to swim. I mean, all of these things have been a part of this journey. Like I said, the food, the restaurants. I got 2 favorite places I go on this side of town is, of course, Atabi's. And there's a strip mall there in Gala that I love. That's my second home. You'll always catch me out there if you're ever looking for me. I'm always there on the weekends, right? Going over to the other end is Esparza's Tacos and Coffee. I love eating those tacos during lunchtime. So, there's different places here that just, it's like home. It's family. And there's so many beautiful aspects to Okinawa. There's so many other islands to visit. Like Ishigaki was just, knocking off these lighthouses is one of my goals, but seeing the other places that I haven't been. I haven't been to the Karamas yet. They say that's the best place to dive. So, as soon as I get my cert, I'm going out there. But the Karama Islands. That's on my list now to go check out that area and the adjoining islands that belong to Okinawa there too. Guys, it's just so much to see and do. And so if you haven't heard me speak about how much I love this opportunity to speak to you and how much I love Okinawa and I love Yomatan, it's not just home, it's part of me now. And so that's why I'm, even with my voice sounding like this, I'm excited to come here and speak to those who are listening in and the folks who give me their time in this hour to talk about the wonderful things there are to do here. And 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome, our new anniversary, I think it's 4-year anniversary if I'm not mistaken. 4-year anniversary on the air is this August, this July, August. And this summer, I'll just put it out there like that. And I can't wait to hit that milestone and just to keep fighting to get there, man, because this year and next year, I want to give you guys everything I have. The following year is not promised. So when I come here and the messages we have and just sharing these stories today is just a catch-up day for me. Catch up to what's been going on with Winsome and the opportunities ahead, the experiences from this past week, saying thank you for the folks who've been contributing to this journey and this story, the teams who support, and the folks who volunteer their time and energy that we don't have to ask twice to do it. They're just there. And we love that, and we appreciate you, and we would definitely not be able to do this without you. So 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome. So grateful for all of those folks that we've mentioned before this segment. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is mindset. Mindset is everything. So wonderful to have an opportunity on Monday to speak to the Air Force element that is here attached. I'll have 45 NCOs and airmen in this room. And the senior NCO that put this together, my sister, thank you so much, Nicole, for the invitation. But she said, I don't even want you to do anything special other than to motivate. She said, to me, that would mean everything. Can you help me motivate? And for someone to put that kind of trust in you with 45 of their people, just to motivate them. That's the only word they gave you. No additional guidance, no instructions, no rules, no limitations. I just need you to motivate them. That tells you a lot about how that person sees you. And so having this opportunity on Monday, I'm buying all these guys breakfast, and I'm going to show up and give them everything I have. So I'm going to heal my voice tonight, heal my voice tomorrow, and I'm going to give them everything I have on Monday. That's what's coming up for me next week. So I'm starting my week, and I'm going to leave everything I have. If you haven't seen any of the footage from what we did this past week, I'm going to drop that again on my Facebook page. If you're following me or if you want to just check it out, it's Winsome L. Cully on Facebook. I'm not going to add anything to the Positive Vibes Radio Show page. It may be a story if you're following the Positive Vibes Radio Show Facebook business page. That's Positive Vibes 78.6 FM on Facebook. So, hey, guys, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so excited about not only what we've done so far this year, but what's to come for the rest of this year. I can't wait to show you what we're doing when we're not on the air, because to me that speaks volumes about what we're doing when we're on the air. And we just take that outside of here. We bring that same energy to the classrooms and to the students that enroll and register. 78.6 FM Yomatan, Positive Vibes with Winsome. This is the last week of February 2024 coming up. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to give it everything I have. And if you're listening, give this week everything you got and rest on the weekend. Every day is a blessing. You only get one life, one story, one movie. You are loved, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. See you next week.